Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, the weather is getting colder. The temperature's really starting to drop this afternoon, and it's hovering right around maybe just a hair below freezing, but got some good wind going on, so it's just felt much colder all day than it actually is. But I think we're going to get pretty chilly tonight, so we'll see. A lot of things going on. Want to cover a few of the highlights that's going on in the news, but I want to mention to you, this is a today only deal, Cyber Monday special for the Prepared Homestead locals. That's the private membership free speech platform that I make completely separate videos, make separate content for over on a different platform. And so you have to pay to have a membership to view it. Normally the annual membership is like $10,000. Sorry, I can't. I was going to try to make a joke, but I can't hold a straight face to that. I was going to try to make a joke how, Walmart and all these places on Black Friday, they'll say, oh, this TV, it's now only $199, when it's been $199 all year, but except a few days earlier, they jumped it up to $299 so that they could mark it back down to $199. But anyways, normally the price is $36 a year. Here lately, I've been getting it, brought the price down to $30 a year for an annual membership. But today only, it's $25. So $25 gets you a whole year's membership. I post separate videos, other types of content. When things are kind of going on big in the news, maybe, some big attack or something, I post updates kind of, real time as much as possible, updates over there. So anyways, link in the description and link in the pinned comment. Use the promo code MEMBER25. It'll be spelled out for you for those that, may not be literate. Nothing against you. Just saying, I'm making it easy for you. And you go in there and you set up an account and use that promo code. It's only $25. That deal ends today, so I take advantage of it. Because here's the other thing. When YouTube goes and cuts me off, like they've done with many other people, that's where you're going to find me. You're going to find me over there. And probably the only place, and it's a free speech platform. So, and then also, it's not just my content. It's kind of like for those of you, it's kind of like a Facebook group, at least in the sense that other people are posting too. So once you're a member, you can post things on there, see other stuff that other people are posting, communicate, talk, all that kind of stuff. So it's more than just me posting stuff. It's literally a whole tribe. It's my online tribe. I have my real world tribe here, and that's my online tribe. So $25 for the entire year, and that deal ends today, so go check that out. Also, a congressional report came out today, and I guess proved a lot of us correct. And I don't know if I can actually say this now on YouTube. I might get censored for this, even though now it's been confirmed by U.S. Congress. A report came out that the most likely origin of CV-19, the COVID, is a lab in Wuhan. That it was lab created, and it was released there. I don't know. Some of you might like that. I told you so. I was right. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Also, the H5N1 bird flu is just spreading and growing more. A few more cases today that were tested positive, and they're saying now that pretty much all the wastewater sites in California are testing positive in the wastewater. This past week or so, they tested in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it tested positive, and now it's testing positive in Las Vegas. Probably means that it's, skewed numbers and fake this and that, but it also probably means that they're trying to let everybody know that it's already spreading, so that when the big outbreak happens and it starts spreading like crazy, they'll say, well, we've been telling you it's been in the wastewater, and it had this case and that case and all this kind of stuff. It's also a way for them to, get rid of animals. Have you noticed chicken and eggs? It's gone up again. It's high, and part of it's because of all the culling. There's something like, I think, 688 dairy herds now in the United States that's tested positive. Some of them they've had to cull, some of them they're quarantined. Yeah, now, and raw milk, they've restricted some sales of raw milk in California because it was found in raw milk. So there's more going on, but yeah, that's definitely one to be paying attention to. Along with Joe Biden freeing his son from being a horrible, I can't say that kind of stuff on YouTube, but you know what I mean. Joe Biden also authorized $725 billion in weapons to be sent to Ukraine today. He did say right after the election that he was going to send as much as he possibly could to Ukraine. That was his goal, to just send just a bunch of stuff. And that's what he's trying to do. Of course, the relationships there in Russia and NATO and all that is getting bad. It's constantly progressing. Zelensky was meeting with the prime minister, whatever, chancellor of Germany today, begging for more. NATO said that if the peace deal that Donald Trump is trying to work between Russia and Ukraine is not good, and it's not beneficial to Ukraine, it'll just make things worse, and just all this kind of just back and forth. So it's not going good there. The ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah is basically over, for at least right now. They have been attacking each other today, lobbing missiles and stuff, and of course each side is blaming the other side for breaking the ceasefire deal. But so that's increasing. Yemen has been sending, the Houthis down there in Yemen has sent some missiles up into Israel also. And just the whole situation over there with Syria, Iraq, Iran, Turkey, man, it's getting crazy. It's getting quite heated. It's just, to me, it's not that the Syrian thing is taking the heat off of Iran, Israel, Hezbollah, all that. It's to me, it's just amplifying. It's making it worse. And there's been a lot of casualties, a lot of grotesque videos out there. A lot of people are worried. You know, Syria, especially Aleppo in Syria, they have a pretty strong Christian population, considering that it's the Middle East, but a pretty good one. And they're worried that a lot of these, because these rebels, they're quite extreme. A lot of people are referring to them as maybe Al-Qaeda or something like that, or ISIS, and what they might do to Christians there. But so things are very tense, and yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime too soon. Donald Trump today made a statement, or at least posted it on his social media. That's not how these world leaders, they don't hard. I remember growing up as a kid, remember presidents, they'd sit there at the Oval Office and they'd talk, or they'd talk in that hallway, I can't remember what it's called there in the White House behind the podium. That's how they'd always give their messages. Now they just, or maybe a press conference, right? Now they just tweet something, or they send it out on Facebook or whatever social media that they're using. I can't remember that one that Trump uses, but that's irrelevant to what I'm saying. Trump said that if Hamas does not release the hostages that it has, Israeli, American, and other hostages, by the time he takes office, that, quote, there will be hell to pay in the Middle East. And I know that, and I'm not disagreeing on this. I know that a lot of people believe that he's, you know, coming in like a bull, and that everyone's kind of bowing down to him and running in fear of that America's back. I see all that. But, and in some cases that's true. But I don't think it's in all cases. And I don't think he's just going to be able to, you know, blow through like a whirlwind. And here's something, and this is such a touchy subject, and I'm not trying to get the radical extreme people crawling out of the woodwork, and I'm not trying to tick off the rest of you that aren't that way. But in Trump's first time in office, you had to do some digging to make a lot of connections with him being super pro-Israel. I mean, he was, but it wasn't quite like overt out there in your face, right? you knew he was, but you understand what I'm saying? This time around, it's different. Virtually everyone that he's appointed to some type of position, whether cabinet level or otherwise, is either Jewish, or they have been very verbally out there supporting not just Israel, but supporting the third temple being built, supporting sending Israel more, supporting Israel going after Iran. All these, I mean, we're talking like very Zionist supporters, some of them Christian Zionists. And so, without trying to get into the weeds of all that kind of stuff, I don't think that he's going to have quite the sway with the Muslim world as he did before. I know that he just appointed someone to some position that's a Lebanese businessman, but other than that, everyone else is just very, they're Zionists, okay? And right now, you know, things were a little bit more temperate in his first time in office. This time, not so much. Between Israel and the Middle East is what I meant. Temperate, you know, things were somewhat calm. Now they're not. Things are quite heated. And I don't think he's just going to be able to snap his fingers and get the Muslim world, especially the more extreme Muslim world, to come to the table that easily. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I hope I'm wrong. I'm just telling you that I don't think it's going to be quite the easy task to get this done. The Israel has been referring to him. This is not necessarily brand new news. This actually happened back when he was in office before, but now they're bringing this out again. They're calling him, I think, like the Cyprus Messiah, or Cyrus Messiah of the old King Cyrus. It's an old obscure story where a non-Jew saves the Jewish people. And for all of you that may not understand, when the Jews use the word Messiah, it's a little different than when Christians use the word Messiah. When Christians use the word Messiah, they are always specifically speaking of Jesus, the Messiah. Jews use the Messiah that anyone, any human that does something great to save the Jewish people, they refer to as Messiah. So they, you know, Moses was a Messiah to the Jewish people. David was a Messiah to the Jewish people. Several people. And then, of course, then they believe that the Messiah will come eventually, but there's several lesser. I'm trying to explain it in the simplest way, and I'm probably butchering it. I'm sure a lot of people's going to get on here and call me different names from either side. It's funny because I get called that I'm a Jew lover and an anti-Semite at the same time. It's, who knows? I don't care about the names, so you can say what you want. My bigger point is that there's a lot of conflict and tensions right now in the Middle East. And, you know, Donald Trump has been overtly, like, in your face supportive of Israel, more so than he was last time. I think his support was the same then, but it's just more vocal. And because of the tensions, I don't think it's going to go over quite as well with some of the Muslim world. So we'll see. We'll see. This thing with BRICS that he's saying he's going to slap 100% tariff on all the BRICS nations. That's like 9 nations already right now and many more. I don't know that that's going to go over that well. China just discovered the largest gold reserve mine ever, something 80-90 billion dollars in gold, they're saying. BRICS controls 20% of the world's gold supply. Russia's the second largest producer of gold. Their BRICS currency is gold-backed. China owns 60% of the world's rare earth minerals and controls 90% of the world's rare earth minerals. So it's... And all of those nations, especially, well, maybe not China, Russia especially, they're very self-sufficient. They're used to sanctions. They're used to that kind of stuff. And so I think they could handle it better. And I don't think it'll go over quite as well. And BRICS nations have already said, you know, all right, bring it on, basically. The point is, with all this, just like always, same point every day. Yeah, things aren't getting any better. And even if because of Donald Trump or because of what else, even if in the long run they are better, I am quite confident they're going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So you need to keep your preparations up. Keep working at it. Don't slack off. Stock up on what you need to stock up on. Learn skills. Start planning now for next garden season. You know, you're thinking, what? Winter's not even technically here yet. You're already talking about gardening. Yeah, that's how it works. You know, you plan for your garden throughout the winter time. You got a little downtime in the winter, so be planning for your garden, how much you're going to produce, how much you're going to preserve, and then continue working on your own self, that mental preparedness side of things, but also the spiritual preparedness, both of them. Developing it within your family, that close connection, bringing your circles in closer and tighter. You know, I've used this term, circle the wagons. It's what we need to be doing, because it's going to get worse before it gets worse, folks. All right, that's about all I have for today. Check out the link, $25 annual membership. You get lots, and it's commercial free, all that kind of stuff. And I don't try to promote any affiliates or sales or nothing like that on there. Got just released a video today over there on them talking about medical gear and stuff. Get your houses in order, folks. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.